Hi, I'm James Taylor at the University of Bath. So the University of Bath is a really great place to work. It's a wonderful university, and the research kind of themes of the university really align with my own interests. So that's related to sustainability and health and well-being, and that's what my group focuses on. Yeah, so the research we do is mainly small molecule catalysis, and we're trying to develop new, more sustainable methods of making kind of useful materials, but from more renewable feedstocks. Okay, and we need to find new chemistry to enable that to happen. Yeah, so the work that we do is incredibly challenging in terms of finding the active catalyst to actually do the chemistry that we want it to. Obviously, taking these more renewable resources with, let's say, highly oxygenated molecules, stripping out those oxygens to make functional materials, it is just challenging chemistry in itself. And so we've got to do lots of methodology development to sort it all out. So we regularly do lots of purification, and that's sometimes on a small scale and sometimes on larger scale when we're preparing substrates, or we're, let's say, doing a substrate scope, preparing compound libraries. Pretty much all of our compounds have to be purified in some way, and the primary method we would use is chromatography. The NextGen is kind of essential to all of the purification work that we do. It saves us an incredible amount of time when doing these many columns. It's also really good from a sustainability perspective because it uses far less solvent than traditional methods. So yeah, it allows us to increase our throughput, and it saves us time and money at the same time. So it's a brilliant system for us. I chose to go with a Teledyne system based upon recommendations of other people who've got them at the University of Bath. They came highly recommended, and we found them to be hugely kind of robust. They're really good at their jobs. And also we find that the customer service is amazing, and that's kind of what's kept us all with it. And so I've then subsequently recommended it to other people as well for those exact same reasons. So really pleased with our choice. Teledyne have been great to work with throughout the whole process. So from when getting the initial quotes, they were really helpful in putting together all of the written kind of proposals that we needed, through to purchasing and then installing and training us on the equipment. That was all brilliant, and people come and will regularly give training. And as I say, the customer service has been amazing. So on the rare occasion we have had an issue, we can contact someone and they get back to us super quickly and always really helpful. So yeah, very impressed with Teledyne, and would definitely use them again for other things.
So my name is Hannah Ryder, and I'm a PhD student in the Cresswell group at the University of Bath. For me, it was honestly about the atmosphere within the department. Everybody just seemed so collaborative, friendly, willing to help, and it just seemed like a place where people were coming together and generating some really exciting ideas. So my work, and most of the Cresswell's group's work, looks at counteracting the traditional N-reactivity of unprotected amines and looking at reacting at the alpha position on the carbon instead. So we have a lot of challenges with this kind of work. We get a lot of unexpected side reactivity, and we have a lot of problems with diastereoisomers and regioisomers. We also use a lot of unprotected amines, both primary and secondary, which can lead to great challenges, especially during purification. We do a lot of purification in the work that we do on a daily basis. So we have quite high purity requirements. All of the compounds that we synthesize in our quite large scopes have to be cleaned by NMR. We also have a lot of separations of diastereoisomers that we have to do, and some quite similar regioisomers. And the Teledyne equipment that we have allows us to achieve these purity levels in a nice, simple, easy way. So our NextGen is definitely a day-to-day piece of equipment. All of us probably use it on a daily basis to separate our compounds out from the crude mix, both using normal phase and reverse phase. The ACCQPrep is definitely more safe to special occasions, I say. So we use it when separations are tricky. Maybe we're struggling to separate some diastereoisomers, or if we've got some tricky regioisomers that are very similar. So Teledyne was really our first choice, as there is an easy, intuitive software and the customer service is absolutely excellent. We would absolutely work with Teledyne again. The customer service is incredible. They're always willing to help us no matter what the problem. The service is speedy and helpful and friendly.
Hello, my name is Alex Olson. I'm part of the Cresswell group here at the University of Bath, and my role here is a chemical engineer and with an interdisciplinary role within the chemistry department. And my project is currently focusing on using machine learning to really elucidate selective organic reactions. Now, within the Cresswell group, we look into amine chemistry, and with the current work I'm doing right now that will launch me into future work on my equipment, right now, the products I'm looking into have very, very similar RF values to side products, and those are a nightmare to separate. Now, I've used the Teledyne system for a normal phase and a reverse phase, yet they couldn't separate. However, the super column known as the ACCQPrep has come to save me, where even a minimal difference in RF, this machine was able to separate them, and now I have my pure product that can now be ready to be submitted for publication.